Hey, awesome students. Mrs. Charles here. Wanted to give you some information and update regarding the expectation for a visual graph, infographic, etc. in your proposal of a solution for a problem for your book. So here I have the teacher example, which you have access to, but I wanted to show and just go over a little bit the expectation for your visual element. So you can see here in section 1, explanation of the problem, we've got one infographic here. In the second section, reason behind the problem, there's an infographic. In the third section, solution to the problem, there's an infographic. In the fourth section, there is a infographic, and in the fifth section, there is not. So because this original example was created by two teachers, myself and Mrs. Laganza, for students, we broke it up. We each did, well, one of us did 2 sections, one of us did 3. So there is not a visual in every section because we split it up. However, in your case, however many sections you do, there will need to be at least one visual for the amount that you spend doing. So if I'm working in a group of 2, as in the case of this, we have more than we need, which is at least one per person per section, depending on how that works out. So anyway, wanted to go over some of these, and you can have infographics, as most of these are. They're easy to look up depending on the subject that you're doing. You may remember that before the school closure, that we in class, I believe it was the Thursday before our last day, we went over some examples of infographics and talked about them and what they're saying and what they're not saying. And we looked at some that were a little bit more fun than some of these, although I think the this one is perhaps the most like the ones that we looked at. But just wanted to point out to you some of those. And the way that you can look these up is by going on Google, and you can even use the Explore tab here at the bottom of your document. And you can look up, like I know for, let's say, the fifth wave. You could look up like aliens. Whoops aliens, and things will come up if you want more image related. Now, this is just images, so you could do like aliens infographic and see what comes up. So we've got a few things coming up here. You can look at them and see what is available to you and whether that information is actually helpful. You may notice that the infographics that we have here, they are not directly connected to our solution. What they are is information that we researched that it's in keeping with the subject that we wrote about, which is an implant to prevent pregnancy. So these are not about implants. This is obviously, I mean, this has some implants, but this is mostly just about contraception. So the infographics are not directly connected. It's not like these were made by us. Obviously, you can see the sources there. It's not like we found these because they directly connected exactly to what we were doing. It was simply, here are some examples that show, like, for example, this one, if birth control is not working, therefore you could see why we would want to have the implant as a solution to the problem in the book, Sense and Sensibility. So just wanted to go over a little bit of that. And as far as putting them in, you can do, if you do the Explore tab, it's the easiest because as soon as you you drag the image into your document, it will cite it, which is really nice. You can see that each one of them, there's the website underneath, which is the proper way to cite an image in a document, is that you put source, but you will also see that on the Works Cited page, we have where we got this information from as well. So please do ask questions about this during our Google Meet today or at any time between now and when your work is due. Please do remember that your proposal is due the day of your speech, and you will get an invite for when your speech is. Take care and have a great day.